Now let's take a look at the day's running stories. We want to begin from the oil and gas sector. Indigenous oil firm Springfield has begun a series of activities that could lead to commercial oil production from next year. The company has initiated an agreement with drilling contractor Stena Unicorn to start drilling wells next month. Chief Executive of Springfield, Kevin Okyere, has been speaking to Joy Business about the impact of this move on the entire oil and gas industry.
Springfield have signed an agreement with a drilling company called Stena for a rig called the Stena Fort to drill 2 wells and potentially additional wells later on in a water depth of 1,700 meters, 1,700 meters water depth for one of the fields, and another field which is 1,100 meters water depth. It definitely goes deeper. It goes about 3,000 meters deeper after that. So we've actually signed with a rig company as the first ever African company to own and operate in deep offshore and to sign a contract for a rig to drill in deep offshore. So we have to, after this drilling campaign, is when we will be able to tell you that from this asset, we're going to produce this number of barrels a day, and it's going to take us this amount of time to be in production. So we need this information. I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago, 2 years ago, we brought the biggest seismic vessel in the world called the Ramford Titan, which is owned by PGS, to shoot 3D broadband seismic. So what that did is it gave us, a clear picture of where we think the natural resources are, which is what has helped us to target where we are going to drill. So we need this drilling campaign to be able to be well informed of exactly our production profiles. So we hope that it's going to be we're going to get commercial quantities in the very next few months. We are basically, this phase I would say is one step away from being in production. So we are just one step away. We just drilled this. We will ascertain how things would, how the resource will come out. First of all, we have to make sure that there's commercial quantities and how it will come out, how it will flow to the sea level, and to be processed and beyond. So yeah, we're just one step away from commercial production.
For Springfield and for you, Mr. Kevin Okyere, what does this development? How do you take this development?
Well, I must honestly say that I feel like we are blessed to be in this opportunity. You need to think about it. On the entire African continent, now there are some amazing companies, African companies doing very, very well, but they are all either onshore or shallow water. The deep water area had been primarily left for Western and other international non-African companies. So to think of it as Springfield is the first African company, this is our first asset. This is our first oil block that we are working on, and for us to think that we are the first company in the whole world, in terms of African company, to actually own and operate and to drill in deep water, I think it's something that has to be celebrated by all Ghanaians.